Okay, what's up, guys? Today is February 23rd, 2024, and today I've got plenty of scripts on here, and ES did a lot, right? ES did a lot. Came on up, I believe it made new all-time highs. Yeah, I believe it made new all-time highs. And then, so we have a lot going on with the chart. We have, as I said yesterday that I would do, I renamed some of my scripts. So this script here is the spread. It's the within each bar. It's the largest spread that you might see within the bar. So actually on this, for this script, we actually didn't get anything really out of the ordinary. So I did take some trades on it, yet I shouldn't have. I took some trades here earlier in the day, and I made a little bit of profit in there. And then of course I got caught chasing, looking for the support down through here. Of course, then it flushed. I did finally get in down here. I was looking for it to break back up and retest the high, and I end up getting out right around here. So I did take some profit there, but yeah, you win some, you lose some. All right, check out the tick count here. You see the tick count is here, and the tick count is the number of transactions that happens in a specific candle. So you can see here the tick count went up when we were looking to reject off of this area here, and then as we start coming down, there's no real significant spike in the tick, but of course with every little test of support, you have an increase in the amount of ticks. That's important because you don't see the same. See here, when this comes down, you got an increase in ticks, and it's trying to hold support, moves up. And then here, increase in ticks right here, right? That candle, what did it do? Push back up. Here, increase in ticks, what did it do? Push back up. So you technically could have just looked at this, this tick amount here and traded this just about. Would have been able to at least, with the exception of here, you would have been able to at least, for the most part, move your trade back into a break-even position, and then at least cover your entry. And then we didn't really get another large tick spike. I don't know that this one is significant. Plus, it's a doji there. But then here you get a nice large tick. You say, okay, well, take this one. Yeah, if you had taken that one, then it dropped one more time. So, yeah, we're gonna figure this thing out. But with the spread didn't really widen. I mean, you see, ES typically does typically is on a 1 tick spread, and it may go as high as 2 ticks. So you see here, 0.5. That's half a point. So that's 2 ticks. So that's the widest that the spread has gotten during these movements. And then down through here, all through here, the spread tightened back up to where it's 0.5 ticks. And that's why there's less volatility in through here. But I want to make a script that shows, now this script is the largest spread within the bar. I want to make a script that actually shows us the smallest spread. And of course, I won't be able to do much of anything with it today because the spread uses non-historical data. So you got to have the chart going in order to produce any data. With that being said, I want to make it anyway, and hopefully it works right. And at least up until 5 o'clock, we'll be able to use it on some of this data coming in here, some of this tick movement. And then at 5 o'clock, of course, futures will stop, and then they'll resume. No, they won't resume at 6 o'clock. Not today. Today is Friday. So what? Sunday. They'll resume back Sunday at 6 o'clock, I believe it is. So if I don't get this done in the next 25 minutes, then I won't have anything to practice on it with here. So whatever script I had written for this green dot, it found the bottom there. It tried to find a bottom here. Didn't hold. And then it found a bit of a bottom here. So again, these scripts do help. They're not, I'm not using them exclusively just yet, but once I find what works, I will be using them exclusively. I'll put them in my algo and they'll be doing the work. So, okay. All right, well, let's start up a development environment, and then, man, I think I'm going to have to listen to my show here. All right, I think I'm going to end up maybe copying and pasting. Let's just start with an indicator. All right, so this is going to be spread smallest per bar. Okay. All right, you know what? I'm not going to be able to listen to this show while I do this. All right, so we're going to try it this way. Okay, spread smallest per bar. Now, there's a couple ways I can do this. I can do it like I did the other script where I put the spreads in an array and then make the plot, or I can do it where I use the update, where I use a method and I use the update function every time we get in a new tick. Let's try the array version. Okay, so we know we need an array. We'll call it array small. Array small. This will be a dynamic array because we don't know how many ticks we're going to have, and then we'll initialize it at 0, and the dynamic array doesn't have anything inside of it. Okay, now we do need to come over here, and already this is one thing that we learned the other week. We need to go ahead and turn on intrabar persist. We can make the array intrabar persist as well, and then so what we're going to do is we're going to say if bar status of the first data stream is not equal to 2, so it's not the, well, matter of fact, we're going to do it for every tick, so we don't even need that. So we're going to say I don't think we need an entry statement. We'll just go right into it. We'll say let me see, because we want to save, we want to take the difference. Ooh, we can do it this way. Now, I don't think that we can add and subtract with the non-historical data. I don't think we can add and subtract with it. Let me try value. We're going to do a couple things here, because again, I don't think that you can do calculations with the non-historical data. So we're going to do plot one. Plot one is going to be inside bid. All right, and then as long as that's different from this next one, we'll be fine. So the bid should be blue, and then we'll do that, and then we'll do plot 2. Actually, we'll come down here, and we'll do value 1 is equal to inside. We'll do the ask minus inside bid. Okay. Yes, that is what I want. That is what I want. That is all. That is all. Okay, so that's value 1. So we're going to do plot 2 is we're going to make this a yellow line. It'll be value 1. That yellow. That and intrabar persist. Intrabar persist. Okay, no errors. So instead of putting it on this, we'll put it on this. Okay. All right, so back from this chart, we're going to do, we'll go to, got a whole other screen that we can use. NQ. We'll put it on NQ. Okay, come here, and then we're going to add this. What is it? Spread. Spread smallest bar. Okay, do that. Okay, now it's going to take it a couple seconds. Let's put this on 5 ticks, and we might get some data here. So we should have 2 plots showing up, and they should be different numbers. If they're different numbers, then there is calculations going on. Then there are calculations going on. I'm not seeing anything. Nothing's being plotted. Inside bid is blue. Inside value 1, which is inside ask minus inside bid, is yellow. Nothing's being plotted. That is peculiar. And it's... TradeStation has been doing some weird stuff lately. I mean, I will admit to that. Like when you're trying to set the color doesn't come out right. I don't know, just some weird stuff. Again, this should be working. There's nothing special about this script. Unless the scaling is just weird and that number's changing, unless the scaling is weird and the inside ask minus the inside bid, maybe they are the same number and it's causing it to be equal to 0. Yeah, I feel like we're getting something like that. I feel like maybe that spread was just so tight it was 0, and so the scaling was off, and our yellow line was showing down here as 0, and the blue line was way up here, and so you weren't getting the weren't getting anything, which lets us know though that the inside ask minus the inside bid was actually working, because it was doing the calculation, which put it at 0. So let's just, instead of plotting the blue, let's just plot the inside ask minus the inside bid. This might be way easier than I thought it'd be. So while that's setting up, while that's trying to deliver us some data, we need to turn that back on. Yeah, while that's setting up and giving us some, we're gonna make that red because I can't really see that. Oh, so it's not 0, it's 0.5, which is half a point, right? It's half a point. Okay, and now on ES, you would typically see, there we go. So when it dropped down, it went down to 1/4 of a point. And see, that's what I'm missing on my other script, that that does the max spread per bar. I'm missing the minimum spread per bar. And like sometimes on stocks, you'll see that the bid will actually go above the ask, so it might be negative. You know, so you got those kind of things which you won't see if you're always looking for the maximum per bar. So what we got to do now is we have to actually do the interbar persist. Here we got to look at the, we have to look at every tick, put all the values in an array, and then we'll plot the minimum. So we can use extreme array to do that. So we'll do interbar persist. a small, so bar status equals any tick. So we'll just say value 1 equals inside as minus bid. We're actually going to call that something else. That way we can make sure that we do have the interbar persist on, which value interbar persist for val 1 started at 0. Val 1 is going to be equal to inside ask minus inside bid. So once we get that number, we're going to assign that to the array. So we'll say if bar status is equal to, I think we can do this, it's equal to 0, so it's the start of the bar, then count equals 0. And that's going to be the array count. Array count equals 0. Okay, so now we're going to do, and now we're going to go ahead and reset that at the end of the script. So we're going to say if bar status of that that first data stream is equal to 2, so it's the last tick of the bar, then array count equals 0. So we're going to reset the array element count. All right, so now we're going to come back up here, and so if bar status equals 0, so then a count equals a count is, we really don't have to do that. All we need to do is just say that a count is plus or equal to 0, and then when we get down to bar status equal to 2, the final tick, then we're going to reset it. So we'll just say a count plus equals 1. Okay, so counts up per tick to define element, to define array index. Okay, and then so we're going to say array, nope, the array is a small. Well, first of all, we need to set the size for the array, because right now the array doesn't have any size to it. So I think it's like set dynamic array set max index, I think. Yeah, array set max index, and then the array name and the max index. So the array name is going to be what the name of the array is, a small, and then the max index will be the a count. And then after we have the max index, so now at first the array was this big. It's a dynamic array, so we don't know how big it is. It's got nothing in it. And now we're setting it to the a count, so how many ever ticks you have. All right, so now that our array is big enough to carry some variables, now we're going to start putting the variables in there, and the variable is going to be the inside ask minus inside bid. Okay, so we're gonna say a small of what index? A small of a count index is equal to value 1. All right, and then we're just going to keep doing that every time we get a new bar. Every time we get a new bar, we're just going to keep adding to how many is in the array. So now when we get to bar status 2, if bar status equals 2, then we're going to do multiple things here. We're going to begin, so resetting the count is going to be the last thing that we do. But before we do that, we're going to before we do that, we will look at the extreme. Extreme, I think it's array extreme. I'm gonna have to find out what it is. All right. Or maybe it was array underscore set max index. Nah. Extreme? I don't know what it was. All right. Come on, I gotta hurry up and get it done within 10 minutes. Otherwise, I'm gonna lose any data, any ability. All right. Set max index, set array sort, array sum, dynamic arrays, fixed length arrays, array usage, multidimensional, extremes function, extremes array. Well, when I typed in extremes, it didn't even come up. So, you know, whoop-de-doo with that. So I need to copy and paste all of this because we need to output the value 2, which is the extreme value, and it will be the lowest. So it'll be -1 on the third position. Okay. So let's put all this in here. Okay, value 1, value 2. This is the final tick, so it doesn't need to be intrabar, so we don't need to have it intrabar persist. Value 1, value 2, value 3, my array, extremes array, extreme value. Okay, I think all of those are fine. We'll come down here and put this down here. Okay, and again, this needs to be -1. This needs to be a small. And what was this? This was the size. Number of valid elements, yes. Oh, okay. Okay, so this would be, come on, what is it? A count. Okay, a count. And then this is -1. All right, I think that's it. Okay, so if that, then we're going to begin, get this out of here. So we're going to, value 2 is going to be what we're interested in. So we're going to plot value 2. We'll end that and plot 1, value 2, red. Ah. Okay, a count, we didn't verify, declare that. Okay, intrabar persist a count 0, that. Another one, value what? A small count value. Okay, so I did use value 1. So we're going to make this value 4 because we use value 1 down lower. So we're going to say value 4. Okay, very good. We got it. Let's see, we got 5 minutes to see if it worked. So we're looking for the smallest spread. And I think it's going to give it to us. It's giving it to us there. Actually, while this is working, I'm curious if it's just as easy for me to go and do the largest spread. And then we'll just have that on another, we'll have plot. I think I can do this. Value 1, we'll say value 5 is equal to, I don't think so. Because this is going to X. I think we can. 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 Okay, so value 2 is going to be the extreme value of this. We're going to copy this. We're going to make another one here, value 5. And then, because it's going to be in order, we got to say, here we'll say, okay, extreme value. Okay, extreme value. So we're going to copy this, paste it here. We'll call this spread low. Okay, and then we're going to call this one spread high. Equals extreme value. Copy, paste, get rid of this one. This will be +1, a count, S high and S low. We just go here and then we'll do S high, 0, S low. And they don't need to be intrabar persist because they are not inside the bar. Okay, so in plot 2, it's going to be, this is going to be S low is red, S high is blue. The highest, yeah, that's fine. I've really got to work on my positioning, man. My neck has been killing me, but okay. All right, let's see if we get it. So we should get probably at least as high as 0.5 for the high spread. Okay, there we go. And like we talked about yesterday, because we may get values at the same places, let's change this style for plot 1 being the, one was the red. So 1 is the red, we'll do the right tick, and then 2's, we'll call that the left tick. I don't know if I like that. It's just so hard to see. Let's increase the size. Okay. So our maximum spread is coming out here to be 0.75 on some of these, and our minimum spread is coming out to be 0.25. Now on some of these bars, the spread is just smack dab at like the baseline of 0.5. Moving in the middle. And then some of these, the spread tightens way up down to 0.25. All right, we got 2 minutes till shutdown time. I always think this stuff is interesting to see. Like, does the spread tighten when it goes down, or does it widen? Whoa, what happened here? Look at that. The minimum, the lowest of this spread was 0.75 on this bar here. So is something about to happen? So that just means that that spread is staying very wide. It was at that time that it dropped. Now we got a couple more of those. Well, one more of those. Where the spread really... Okay, well that's it. I usually get like a ding, 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 ding or something like that. No session, in session sound? Okay. All right, well, that's all she wrote, folks, and unfortunately TradeStation doesn't have any type of sim setting or anything like that where you can work on your scripts and like replay real time or nothing like that. So you know, the good with the bad, the good with the bad. All right, unfortunately I didn't really get a chance to kind of look at this very much, but yeah, interesting data nonetheless. And I'll definitely be looking at this come next week so we can see. Oh, that looks even better. I think it's easier to see. I always do red and blue. Maybe there's some other contrasting colors that have a little bit more distinction between the two of them. At the 0 line, it's not that. The 0 line is better, but at these at the extremes. Okay, there we go. All right, so I need to work on the scaling there. Okay, cool. Yeah. So I could do it something like this right here, and then that'd be fairly easy to see. And then if you all of a sudden get something real high up here, it will be very easy to see. So let me see if I can make this the default scaling size for this. Okay. All right, now if I add it again, it should do the same thing as far as the size. Since I set that as default, I will put this on third subgraph. Yep, so it should be, well, it would be, right? But there's no data coming in, so you're not going to see anything. And once I refresh this this feed here, I'm going to lose all this. But it did set my scale from what, roughly 1.10 to negative 0.04. So 1.10 to negative point. I went a little bit lower on that. Oh, I think that's because I have it stretched out. Yeah, so it does go up as high as 1.23 down to negative 0.16. Okay, all right. The only other thing is to prevent yourself from having all these extra bars here that are not true values. What you want to do is you want to make it so that this is only works in real time. So you want to go back and, oh shoot, I gotta get out of here. You want to make it so that before it starts doing any of this, that it's in a real time situation. So you say if, or you could just do it for the plots, right? So the plots are down here. You just say if get app info AR real-time calc equals 1, then begin. So that's when you're going to plot. All right, boom, that's it. Of course, we lost our data, but that script is going to be ready to go for next week. So I'll come on here and do something a little bit later, but for right now, I got to get out of here. I got to go get the little one, and yeah, be smart, do smart things. Why is this one still running? Did that just run? No, I think it just did a blip from when I came onto the screen. I was going to say, ES is still moving. All right. Okay, and we'll talk about this later. All right, guys, for now, I'm Eric. I'm out. Peace.